My favorite science story this week, I like because it's a simple experiment to understand, but the implications are kind of profound and have you questioning what it means to be alive, what it means to have experience. So here's how it worked. They took some people and they had them watch a scene from a TV show, a real TV show, and then they said, can you guess what happened before this scene in the episode? And can you guess what's going to happen after the scene in the episode? And maybe not surprisingly, people are much better at guessing what already happened than they are at guessing what's going to happen. And at first that makes sense, right? I mean, if I ask you, what happened in the past versus what's going to happen in the future, we don't know what's going to happen in the future, and we all experience the past, so it's easier to guess what happened, right? You might not remember exactly what happened a year ago today, but you were there, you have some memory. The thing about the TV show, though, is you weren't there for the past any more than you were going to be there for the future. Like, you don't have any experience to draw from. And yet, just based on the conversations that people are having on screen, you're better able to infer the past than you are the future. Now, part of that is that people talk in the scene more about the past than they do about the future. And researchers followed up by looking at a whole bunch of other, like millions of other documents and TV shows and scripts and books and fiction and nonfiction. And they found that this is like a pervasive thing about the way humans talk, is that we talk about 1.5 times more about the past than we do about the future. So, the take home is that we're more backward pointing, we're more backward focused in our ability to, understand the system than we can predict things going forward and with the future. But the reason that's sort of mind-blowing is that that is not true of physics. If you look at a physical system, like a billiard ball rolling across a table or a football flying through the air or whatever, just a simple physics system, it's symmetrical in time. If you know something's position and its acceleration, you know just as much about where it's going as you do about where it's been. You can predict 1 second into the future with the same accuracy as you can predict 1 second into the past. Even if there's chaos, like a double pendulum, and you can't predict the future, you also can't predict the past. It's symmetrical in physics. And here's the thing, as biological organisms, it's all chemistry, right? It's all neurons, it's all chemicals being released, and that is all driven by physics. So fundamentally, we're built on physics. We're built on an engine that is symmetrical in time, forward and back, and yet our experience is asymmetrical. We really point backward in our perspective, but that is human nature. It's not physics. There's something about us that points backwards. Why? Where does that come from? Anyway, it's deep, heavy stuff. I love it. If you like that story, you want more like it, you should be subscribing to my newsletter. It's called The Bat Signal. Follow thebatsignal.com. Thanks.